marriage and abuse have caused a lot of Dora Akunyelu to end up not shining their light so bright that the world might see it. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendu. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber that lives in the beautiful city of Zurich, Switzerland. If it's your first time of coming across my channel, you are highly welcome. Just do me one favor, click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a video. In my channel, I talk about my experience as an immigrant in Switzerland, trying to figure it out, trying to navigate life in Switzerland. Yes, so in this December month, if you have been following my channel for a while, you will see that I decided to do an episode about domestic abuse. And I know that domestic abuse is not just something that one person suffers from. You might have come across it one way or the other, because there are different forms of abuse that I have talked about in my channel. You might have come across it in a very subtle way. You might have come across it in an aggressive way. You might have come across it in life. Growing up as Africans, we have seen where parents fight, siblings fight, couples fight, and stuff like that. So today in my channel, I'm going to be talking about financial abuse. Yes, you might ask yourself, is it possible that there's anything called financial abuse? Yes, like I have said, this is something that most people really don't talk about. They try to shy away from it, but you and I know that it is happening everywhere, whether we like it or not. What is financial abuse? That's what you might ask yourself. Financial abuse is a way that someone has control over you financially, economically, and every other thing. Yes, financial abuse in marriage is what I'm going to be talking about. I might not be saying financial abuse, but I'm going to tell you how a lot of women have suffered financially in marriages without knowing about it. Yes, so one of the points I am going to be letting you know is that a lot of women are in marriages, they feel trapped financially, because what happens is, because somebody know they have an upper hand financially on you, they use it one way or the other to abuse you economically. Maybe when you ask for money to buy something, that's the only time the person remembers, I have a project in Africa, I have a project in Nigeria that I'm doing. But this same person might end up training someone in school. That money that you ask for that he doesn't give to you, his pals, someone outside in Nigeria will call him and he will take that money and give to the person. Yes, so that people will call the person good names outside, and why the person's immediate family, the person's children, suffer. Financial abuse caused across all ages, all colors, all race is not something that is peculiar to a particular person or a particular kind of people, depending on their age, or because this person is dark, the person, no. Financial abuse caused across every race, every color, there are people that have master's degree, PhD degrees that are suffering financially. You can imagine someone that was maybe a bank manager in Nigeria, and the person happened to get married to someone, maybe like, let me say like a taxi driver in America. Then the husband in America brings the spouse. She leaves her job. She leaves everything that she's used to. She leaves her comfort zone. As a banker, she was able to get anything she wants for herself. Then this person promised you marriage, and you guys got married, and he brought you to the US. The next thing the person says is, do you know where you're coming from? I am responsible for you financially. I paid the bill. But excuse me, this lady had a life back home and you came to marry her. You brought her to the US and you see it like you're doing the person a favor. Most people, because they have financial control over their victim or their spouse, they try to control you emotionally. They use financial as a means of control, because you're solely dependent on that spouse. Because I'm taking marriage as an institution and as a case study for this video today. Because you're financially responsible for someone, you try to control, you try to abuse, you try to determine what that person do. They control you in such a way that you don't even have any source of income. Sometimes maybe they will allow you to get a job on the condition that when the paycheck comes, you're going to come and hand over the paycheck to the husband because he's your husband and he's the one that has control over it. Then he will decide, okay, what you guys are going to do with the money. But most husbands don't actually realize that when a woman knows how much is predisposed to the family, then she knows how to save. Then she knows how to make her demand. Imagine if I don't know that you make $1,000 a month. In my head, I'm thinking you make $5,000 while you make $1,000. Then the woman comes to make unnecessary demands because she actually don't know how much you make. But when she knows you make $1,000, when she's asking you for something of $500, she knows that the family only have $1,000 to pay their bills. Then that way she's not asking for too much. But they don't understand it. Most men think, why should I tell my woman how much I make? Why should I let my woman know my paycheck? Why should I let my wife know who I give money to or who you don't give money to? When you don't do that, that is why there are problems, because the person don't know. Financial abuse. Why do people abuse their spouse financially? Is a form of control where they control everything you do, paycheck to. They're actually, in this Western world today, there are women that actually don't have a bank account. Yes, they don't have a bank, they don't have a dime to their name. That this person, when they want something, the person give them a card to go use. Then they bring back, he's able to go online to see what did she spend, what did she do, what did she do this one. And when they help your family members or when they help you, it's like they blow the trophy on your head. Oh, I gave you 100 francs yesterday. Did you say thank you? Oh, I did this to your mom. I did this to your parents. But as a wife, there are things that you do in that marriages as well that the person don't thank you for. There are a lot of sacrifice that women make in marriages that they get no appreciation for. Do they come to demand for that appreciation from their spouse? No, they don't, because these are normal things that women do. In marriages, there are a lot of, I was thinking, and I decided to use the case of Dora Akunyelu. And I was thinking there are a lot of Dora Akunyelu that ended up in marriage where there is an abuse involved, where the man felt so insecure to let them blossom. Imagine if Dora Akunyelu had ended up with somebody that was insecure about who he is. Nobody would have heard the name Dora Akunyelu today. There are a lot of situations or marriages where a lot of Dora Akunyelu's fire have been quenched. If Dora Akunyelu had married somebody that has quenched her fire, that has put her light under the table, we will not know or hear about Dora Akunyelu. But luckily, Dora Akunyelu married somebody that brought out that candle and kept it on top of a table to let it blossom and share it with the world. It's sad, but that is the reality of a lot of women out there today. I know sometimes, because the stress of kids and marriage and household and trying to put two and two together, a lot of people have not actually sat down. But trust me, go to bed tonight after watching this video and think about what the world would have known you for if you had the privilege to make an impact. I think there is actually a fire in everybody's belly, but situation and circumstances make that fire to quench, that you don't actually act on that fire that God has placed in your body. For me, someone that abused someone financially is a very insecure person, because if a man is working and is making $100 a month, that is what the family is dependent on. Because he's a very insecure person, he will not let his wife go and work and bring in extra 400 for the family. Because they think when she goes there to work, she's going to grow wings. She's going to forget where she come from. She's not going to respect me anymore. Why would your wife not respect you anymore? Because she's going there to learn, to tell people about, like, for instance, now, if I go out to go and work, or when my name is known, people don't actually know the name of my father because I have the name of my husband. Who are they going to be talking about? Is the name of my husband that people are going to be talking about. Let me say maybe my surname is Okafor, Wendu Okafor, and I got married and I changed my name to Okonkwo. People actually don't know Okafor, who Okafor is. The only name that people are going to hear is Wendu. Do you know who Wendu Okonkwo is? Have you heard about Wendu Okonkwo? Have you heard that? But Okonkwo is that man's name. But they don't see it. I don't know why the men don't see it. That the name Okafor, my name, my father father's name has been suppressed, that what people are now hearing is Okonkwo, Wendu, Okonkwo, Wendu, Okonkwo, Wendu, Okonkwo. But most men don't see it that way. That is why there is a lot of abuse, because of insecurity in the part of a lot of men. A lot of African men are very, very insecure. I'm going to say it here. Yes, I have brothers, I have nephews, I have cousins, I have dad, I have men around me. And I can tell you that give a woman £1 or give a woman $1 and see how multiply that money. So financial abuse is real. A lot of women are going through abuse financially. A lot of women, maybe it might be something that is not even worth anything. A lot of women are going through financial abuse. A lot of women, if given the power, will be Dora Akonyelu of our time. Marriage has caused a lot of Dora Akonyelu to end up in the kitchen. Marriage and abuse have caused a lot of Dora Akonyelu to end up not shining their light so bright that the world might see it. So I hope this is the kind of video you like. These are things that happen in every family out there. There is no family or there is no marriage that is perfect. But the thing is, let the imperfection not outweigh the perfect. Because that is what is happening. A lot of marriages, the imperfection have outweighed the perfect situation in that marriage. So this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain today, just to let you know that a lot of women are financially abused because they feel trapped. Where am I going to go to? This is the person that holds the breath I breathe, and they stay. A lot of women, their career goals have been destroyed because of financial abuse. I pay the bills. Why do you need to go and work? I pay the bills. Did I ask you to pay the bill? But it really blows my mind, because what men don't actually realize is, yes, you are the primary person that is responsible for that family, but you don't owe your life. What happens if something happens to you tomorrow? Who is going to take care of the children when you have refused your spouse to have a job? When you have refused your spouse to be financially okay, independent away from you? What happens? What happens to your legacy? What happens to your name as a man? So this is how we're going to be drawing the curtain today. And I promise to see you in my next video. I hope you're able to understand one or two things, how financial abuse ruins a lot of lives. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, and have an amazing day.